What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. It's January 1, 2026, baby. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. Now, we all know that, the new year really doesn't start until spring because we go by the elements and the seasons. But the Gregorian calendar ended and it starts anew. So it's symbolic, even though we know we don't, it's not, this is really a time for hibernation and rest and relaxation, right? And then we bloom again. And after we shed everything, then we bloom again in spring, right? That's why it's raining. We're washing away all of the things for the winter. And then when the spring equinox hits, then that's our new year. New year. What's crazy is uh, even older religions, it's really weird because um correct me on Judaism, but Islam follows the lunar calendar, which is the correct count. Like the lunar calendar, the moon, the feminine, that's the lunar calendar. So in a system of patriarchy, you reject the lunar calendar and create a sun calendar, right? And so you go by the sun instead of going by the moon. And the moon cycles, right? Like it literally cycles. And if I feel like it's lucky. I remember like my periods being linked up with the new moon, and then my body knowing. This is what's crazy. Listen to this. This is how you gotta be in tune with your body. Okay, so my period would be on the new moon, the new moon, the new moon, the new moon, the new moon. Then I would be late. It will be late, and then something will happen where I'll get irregular, and then I'll be on the full moon, 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 and then something will happen, and it literally my body will flip from the full moon to the new moon. But when you think about the lunar calendar, if we were to lengthen it all the way out, it would be like 13 months, right? It'll be 13 months because of the extra days in the year and the shortened days. It would literally come up to an extra month if you take all those extra days outside of like the lunar is 28 days. So if you take all those other dates out and put them all in another box, it will create a whole nother month. So your body is telling you, oh, wait a minute, something is wrong here. We need to flip your cycle because you're on the wrong schedule. And then you thinking you're off the wrong schedule because you're looking at the sun calendar to monitor your periods. You should be looking at a moon calendar to monitor your periods, right? You women literally need to be in sync with the moon because that's where we get our energy, right? Feminine femmes, women, that's where we get our energy. People who want to connect to feminine energy, you go by the moon. So in the moon calendar as well, even Chinese go by the moon calendar. This patriarchal system has you going by a sun calendar. And it's no coincidence that you are also worshiping the Son of God, right? Which really is the actual sun, which rises, right? Which goes down and rises and goes down and rises and goes down and rises. But they've just applied that pattern to a man, right? And so literally when they say something is man-made, like this system is man-made for men, by men, powered by men, then you can look at the way things changed, right? So yesterday, I just want to read this to you and then we can move on. If you what? We've officially entered a new era. Okay, hush up, girl. Okay, let me see. Okay, hold on. Okay, this is the one that I want to read. Oh, come on. Okay. All this damn music. Okay, so tomorrow is not a new year. It's a spell you were taught to believe. You were told that the new year begins on an arbitrary day, not when the earth turns, not when light shifts, not when seeds stir beneath the soil. But when a system decided it should, your body never agreed. Before calendars ruled us, time was felt, not enforced. We lived by seasons, solstice, equinox, lunar cycles, and the breath of the land. Time was not relational. Time was relational, not mechanical. The Gregorian calendar did more than organize days. It pulled humanity out of organic time and into linear obedience. It replaced cyclical wisdom with endless forward motion. It taught us to override the body, ignore the land, and measure worth through productivity rather than presence. I'm telling you, it used to flip me. I didn't realize it until I became more aware, right, of how the lunar cycle works. I literally, it would happen twice a year. It would flip from the full moon to the new moon. And that's how I knew. I was like, my body is linked with this. It's not linked with this calendar, because you're like, oh my God, my cycle is off. No, girl, you need to go by the lunar calendar, not by the sun calendar. Anyway, it says your nervous system was never designed for false resets. It evolved through rhythm, repetition, and safety. When you were told to begin again while your body is still integrating your system stays alert. Cortisol lingers. Rest never completes. You feel behind not because you are, but because the timing is wrong. Your body is not mechanical. It is a living biogenetic field responsive to light, darkness, season, and pause. When natural timing is overridden, cellular repair is rushed, intuition dulls, and ancestral memory fades into the background. This is not a personal failure. This is biological dissonance. If you feel tired, resistant, unmotivated, or emotionally porous right now, your body is refusing the false initiation. That refusal is intelligence. True thresholds arrive when light shifts, when the earth turns, when the nervous system feels safe enough to let go. This season has always been for composing, listening, and quiet repatterning, not for declarations, not for performance, not for forcing growth. You do not need to manufacture a beginning. Your body knows when it's time. It is not fooled by dates printed on paper. Okay. Yeah. So this was by the Soulful Nomad Mama on IG. She made this post yesterday, and I completely agree. And then another post was talking about 2026 does not start in January. We are in the middle of winter and Capricorn season, 10th zodiac sign ruled by Saturn. This is not the true New Year energy. Energetically, we start the new year in March with spring equinox and Aries season, the first sign of the zodiac ruled by Mars. Our calendar is not following natural cycles. If you don't feel the new year energy yet, don't worry. This is not the time to blossom. We are all the nature around it when all the nature around is resting and waiting for spring to come. Pisces season is the natural ending time. Aries season is the natural initiation time. We are not there yet. A real new year begins when light overthrows darkness. Aries season, spring equinox, life resurrects, hormones ignite, the planet hits reset. January 1st is paperwork. Spring is revolution. So that's just a little for some who, a lot of you may know, and some may not know, and some may never have heard of, oh, we start the new year in spring. We go by the seasons. We go by what we go by nature. We go by earth, right? They have you know, not listening, like you reject it because you think it's pagan, which it is pagan to worship, to go by the earth, to go by what Mother Earth says we need to go by, not what men have manufactured for you to go by, which is mechanical. And when that word came across the screen, it reminded me of the machine chapter in The Great Cosmic Mother. So yeah, so anyways, happy new year and happy new year's, right? But we go by the calendar, we go by the sun calendar for everything else, but when it comes time to, like, to your body and to nature and stuff like that, because we are extensions of source energy. We are made up the same things that make up plants and trees and flowers. is what makes us up as well, right? Last night I watched Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, so we'll talk about that on the second video. I didn't take notes at the end because it was, I don't know what they were arguing about, and I was like, okay, I'm done. But it was actually a good episode. So, anyways, let's talk about what's on the blogs, girl.
I sponsor the now. Yes. I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you something.
Oh, let's see, baby, what you wishing for? Maybe you should wish it more. Girl, this nigga's mugshot is so crazy. It says 3 arrested after 2 women lured a man from Rhode Island casino to their hotel room to be robbed at knife point. Look at this man's mugshot. Oh, did I show y'all my new set? Yeah, yeah, na 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 na. Here's the thumbs. I don't really like the thumbs. I want to take these little jewels off because I don't like how they get caught on little things. But these are pretty, right? Baby, what you wishing for? Hey, maybe you should wish it more. Yeah, this nigga's mugshot is crazy as hell. I don't even want to read the story, girl. Former Laker Christian Wood granted custody after accusing his ex, Yasmin Lopez, of placing an alleged hit on his life. Says 3 men tried to break into his home. She suspiciously wouldn't allow visitation shortly before the incident. Christian Wood is granted a permanent restraining order against Yasmin Lopez and sole custody of their 10-month-old son after she didn't appear in court. Oh, wow. Video footage shows Yasmin Lopez jumping over Christian Wood's fence. Oh my God, she pulled an Erica Mena and vandalizing his car. Police arrested Yasmin after finding his license plate in her car during a search. Look at her climbing over the window. Girl. Did I tell you the time I busted the windows out of somebody's car? The statute of limitations and the case was dismissed. Them default judgments will get a nigga every single fucking time. Let me tell you, and shout out to my grandpa. I'm gonna tell you a story. So I busted the window out of this bitch's car who was being disrespectful to me after I broke up with this nigga, and the nigga was acting like she was his best friend. So she had a lot of mouth, right? So one night I drove by and her car was outside of his house, and I could see his light on in his room. Baby, when I tell you I took my club, remember the club that you put on your thing? I took my club and bust the windows out of both her, bow, bow, right? Then, of course, I got something saying that she wanted to sue me for vandalism. So I was like, okay, girl, I'm going to court. My grandfather taught me, always be early. Always be early. I was early. I was the first one at the courthouse. We were sitting there. The judge was sitting there. Everybody was sitting there. They let me in early, right before the time that was happening. And of course, if you hear early and there's no other cases, you're going to go first. So the judge was like, okay, we're going to wait 10 minutes until they come. They were late. They were after the time, right? So as soon as the clock hit for the time for them to be here, the judge was like, well, there, no show, case dismissed. And bitch, as I was walking out of the courthouse, they was coming into the courthouse, and I was looking like, bye. See you later. Girl. Oh my God, that was so funny. And they both, and it's funny because she came to court and he came with her, right? They're best friends. He came with her. You know how when they triangulate women, and then the women take on, like, that's my best friend, and you trying to buy this and that, right? It's my little boyfriend. I was like, how old was I? I had to be early. Oh my God, when was that? Oh, it was so long ago. So it had to be like the mid 90s. It had to be like mid 90s, because I had my car. And I drove up, saw his fucking, because he liked to play a lot, just play too much. And you want to fucking play with me? And he had this stupid little laugh, girl. He had this stupid little laugh. And then she was acting like, I don't like her. I don't know who she is. And all of a sudden, she's his best friend, right? So she started getting a fly with me. As long as you don't have nothing to say to me and you keep your mouth, like my grandfather used to say, as long as you keep your mouth, I don't have no problem with you. I don't care you his friend. I don't care nothing. But when you start having mouth about me, bitch, I'm coming to see about you. And so he didn't have a car at the time. She had the car. So when I saw her car parked out in front of his house, I saw the light on in the thing. I said, bow, bow. And then I don't know. I don't know if they looked out the window or what, but I did get a notice in the mail. Like she was not playing. She was like, okay, I'm gonna get you for vandalism. I showed up to that courthouse early. When the time hit for them to be there and they were late and we're not there, the judge dismissed it. And as I was walking out, they were walking in. And all I was doing was laughing the whole way out. I was like, ha, 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 ha. And I remember, and it's so funny because I remember it was real quiet and it was like a little small little courthouse, right? So it was quiet in the courthouse. So like in the lobby and stuff. So when I laughed, because I was coming like I could see them at the bottom coming in the door as I was coming down to go down the escalator. Baby, I was laughing. And then because there was not a lot of people in there, my laugh was echoing through in the lobby. Girl, that shit was so funny. She was mad as F-U-C-K. I know when they walked up, I don't know what they told them when they walked up in there. They probably like, the case was dismissed. Y'all was late. I was there early. I said, yes. I told my grandfather, he was like, that's why you go get to places early. You get to places early. The judge was like, you sitting here, and we had been sitting. So I was like probably 10 or 15 minutes early. So as I'm sitting, the judge is like, okay, well, we could take the case. Where are the people at? Where's the plaintiff? And they didn't show it. So the judge's like, okay, we're going to wait 10 more minutes. And if they don't get here by the time it's time for us to start, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, look at the time. She did like this and looked over. She hit her gavel. She was like, case dismissed. Baby, I was so giddy. That was so funny. I will never, ever, ever forget that. Girl, I have some stories, girl. I'll bust the windows out your car. You keep your mouth fucking with me. Don't fuck with me, bitch. Ooh, but I ain't jumping over no nigga. I ain't jumping over no fences now. Um, I almost hit a nigga's window out with a cast iron skillet. It was his cast iron skillet, and I was returning it. I was gonna return. I was gonna put it right in his car. I was like, no. Let me not do that. I don't want to get in trouble. Bitch, I will bust the windows out your car. Fuck around and find out. Don't fucking play with me. And don't see, that's why I said I'm not suitable, because these niggas like to play games, and I'll be I'll be the one at the goddamn courthouse. Cause that's why I say I stay out of trouble with people. I don't like to have beef with nobody, because it's for everybody's safety that I don't even engage in no foolishness like that. I wonder where that nigga is today. And I used to think he was gay. But I didn't care. I was like, I think he was real very, very feminine, very like use his hands like that and stuff. Silly, giggly, cutie pie, baby. Oh, he was a cutie pie, but like to play games. And like I said, I don't even know where these niggas learned this shit from. Where do they meet to learn this stuff? He was really triangulating, and I didn't know any better at the time. And I didn't understand what triangulation was, but I knew what they were doing. I knew that men like to pit women against each other. Now, like I said, I will never fight a woman about a man, but you start coming directly to me. You need to mind your friend. When you start getting disrespectful to me, now me and you have a problem. See, you need to keep your mouth shut. Stay out of it. But you want to be in it. You want to be all up in it, and I took you through there. Sure did. Bust the windows up that bitch's car. I don't even remember that hoe's name. But this girl is jumping over the fence. She pulled the Erica in. And let me tell you something. You need to reevaluate your life. The minute you put something down on the floor to get yourself over a fence, to a nigga's house, you need to stop and pause and reevaluate your life, because it is not worth it. Now this woman then lost custody of her child. You get some vandalism charges. When I tell you she scratched up this dude's car, I'm gonna take a screenshot so I can show y'all. Oh, so funny. I could tell statute of limitation case was dismissed, bitch. Let's see. It says, oh, she's from Baddies? Yasmin Lopez? T from Baddies East calls out LA Lakers player Christian Wood for allegedly threatening to beat her with a shovel after he popped up at her house to get his son. He shares with model Yasmin Lopez. T said she agreed to babysit the baby, but he wasn't there at the time of the dispute. Oh, but she wasn't there at the time of the dispute. This man is dangerous and not fit to be a father. My friend wanted to go to dinner, so I babysit her son. All of a sudden, this man shows up at my house telling me to give him his son. I never met this man a day in my life. If, if fumble a family and fumble a contract was a person, I would never give my friend's son to somebody I don't know at 5 a.m. in the morning, especially if they're having a dispute. You got a problem, call the police, and that's exactly what he did. And then threatened my life after the police showed his son was safe and sound with his baby mother. Came to the door with a shovel ready to beat my head in, as so he said. Thank God baby wasn't there. This man is dangerous and not fit to be a father. She tagged the Lakers, Jeannie Buss, and tagged him, and she said, I'll see you in court. Messages between T and Christian. He claims he was trying to get the baby because Yasmin was allegedly in jail and he's a legal guardian. T refused because she doesn't know him and felt child's responsibility was in her hands. She did just right. If I leave my child with you, that's the reason why me and my father fell out, because you handed my children off to somebody and you should not have. That's the very reason me and my father fell out. You handed my child over. Yes, it was their father, but you played a game and handed my children over to somebody else, and that was not the agreement. She did just right. Don't If somebody is entrusting you with their child, do not pass that child on to anyone. I don't give a who it is until you get, because that baby was left in your care by her, not by him. I wish a motherfucker would roll up to my house at 5 o'clock in the morning talking about, I need to take my son. You better call the cops. Your son is not going anywhere. I don't even know who you are. Who are you? You could be any motherfucking body, nigga. And you coming with a shovel threatening me? Girl, get the fuck out my face. These are text messages. Give me my son. She said she's yes, she is, and I'm giving the baby to her as planned. How does he have her number? Should I have her mom call you? Give me my son. No, no, she is not. I really don't want to get more police involved. I don't even know her baby daddy. I'm not giving her kid to somebody I don't know. Christian Wood, look it up. I'm here outside. Give me my son. All right, call the police. Good night. I'm having her mom call you and I'm calling the police. On my life, I'm trying to help you. I'm the legal guardian of that child. Yaz is in jail. If you refuse to give me my son, they'll say it's kidnapping. I hope he's strapped. I'm going to see you around. I know who you are. Should have stayed out of it. You may see me around, but you won't see them because they leave in town. Thanks for all those threats, though, Laker. I'm going to send this to Jeannie Buss. My team will be in touch, bitch. These niggas like to play games. Okay, so it says, now this is this is what I love. I love when the blogs give you like a history of it, and they'll just put all the slides in so they can give you a comprehensive history of what's going on. I don't know who Christian Wood is. I don't know who Yasmin Lopez is, but here's your typical thing. I'm telling you, because somebody was saying that um, Stefon Diggs talking about how many kids he has, and there's possibly another woman who comes out and says that she's pregnant. If I were his sports manager, I would tell him, bruh, it's time for you to get a reversible vasectomy because this is insane. And it does give the impression that you are over sexualized. And so when men men tend to over sexualize themselves and just disrespect their bodies, having sex with everybody raw, unprotected, it's giving I'm gay. That's what it's giving, girl. It's giving I'm gay and I don't know what the fuck is going on, and I need to prove to the world that I can produce children, even though I know a handful of gay niggas with babies, with biological children, because people are people. But the truth of the matter is, nigga, you running around having all these babies, that's why I said, girl, if I was Cardi B, if you have another baby on the way, first of all, you and another broad was pregnant at the same time. Okay, fine. There's nothing, to me, I feel like there's nothing wrong with going to the man with resources. That is how the true design. Nobody should even want to marry him. Have the babies, have him support the babies and all this stuff. But having babies, 3 babies in 1 year is completely irresponsible. Having 4 babies, I think it's like 2 babies and then there's one on the way. But Cardi and the other girl were pregnant at the same time. Fine. But the truth of the matter is, the way that you behave, sir, seems like you're trying to hide something. And based on that guy who has a case against you and is trying to sue you for assaults, and your brothers and his friend beat him up in the elevator. We saw the video. Y'all are like, he is so irresponsible. I would not want that level of irresponsibility around me and my children. I don't give a fuck how cute he is. I don't care how many yards he can run. I don't care how many touchdowns he can touch. The fact of the matter is, he is irresponsible. He seems to be out of control, and he seems to be fighting something, because men, I feel like men who do that and just keep fucking and fucking and fucking and making babies and fucking and making babies and fucking and making babies, you are grappling with your sexuality, and you are more than likely bisexual. There's nothing wrong with being bisexual, but what's wrong is being irresponsible and having a bunch of children by a bunch of different women all at the same time. You're not wet. I mean, like, literally, y'all, is his dick still wet from the last bitch and he just comes over and sticks it in you and just lets loose?
Yeah.
I can see if there was time in between. Like, okay, the girls know it's $69 million over there. And these niggas is fucking raw. Go over there and get some money. And they just hitting a lick. The girls are hitting licks. And we get mad at the girls because we're like, how stupid are you to be in a relationship with a man going around having a bunch of babies? What's crazy to me is having so many children at the same time. It's literally like all the women are pregnant at the same time. So you're not wearing condoms with none of these women. And Cardi B, you have children. You cannot be risking your life like that. It would be a shame if you wound up with something that you had to take medication for the rest of your life. That would be awful. That would be awful, because this is something that you could have avoided. You walked right into it. And she's like, we're friends, and that's like my best friend. I don't understand how y'all. And then what's crazy is y'all become best friends with these niggas so fast, these niggas that you fuck so fast, but be looking at women around you sideways. You don't, this man that you're having sex with is all of a sudden your best friend. And it's just like, girl, he is not your best friend. He has a baby with you. You're the one getting your pregnancy is the one getting the most spotlight because of who you are. But the fact that there's random women and you don't know who these women are having sex with. And then there's like, oh, Stefon Diggs, he's around here having sex raw. You a baddie. You got a little BBL going on. I'm telling you, it's gonna come out that he was screwing that damn chef. Because why does the chef need to leave? Why does she need to leave? She's suing him for unpaid wages. Why does she need to leave when Cardi's coming to town? Because you fucking her. That's why. Because if you a chef, you working, it's platonic, nothing's going on here. Why does she have to leave when Cardi comes to town? Does Cardi have her own chef she's bringing? Maybe, I don't know. But to me, it gives you fucking that girl. And you literally, I feel like Stefon Diggs is really grappling with something. You have cases against you. You're irresponsible. It's just like a chaos. Like he's just like a tornado running through. And it's like, why do you want to attach yourself to a tornado, Cardi B? Or any of these women, not just Cardi B, but we're talking about Cardi B because she's the one that is the most public facing. But the rest of the girls, why? I know it's $69 million over there. Go over there. He's fucking them raw. He's dropping babies off everywhere. So these women get with these men, and I don't know what they expect out of these men. There's no reason for you to expect monogamy from a ball player, from a rapper, from a pastor, from any kind of athletic, for any kind of creative work, a poet, a motherfucking you girl. These men who make millions of dollars, we are in a system where a man's money is his commodity and your beauty is a woman's commodity. So these beautiful women are going over to the man with money, right? If we were literally operating like that for real, and not and stepping out of this template that you are supposed to be in this monogamous relationship, no, women are supposed to go towards the man with the resources. That's by design. So what a lot of the way that we're judging these women is we're looking through a lens of monogamy. We're looking through a lens of you need to be in a relationship. We're looking through a lens that we shouldn't even be looking at this. And that's why it looks weird to a lot of people. And so many people have something to say about it because we're looking through that lens. Right? But if we were truly functioning in a space where women they're not going for love, they're going for resources. So when the women go for resources, now we shaking their fingers at them. But it was like, isn't that the word on the street is go to the man who's the most financially secure? He has guarantees. Not like his brother. His brother don't have no guarantees. So that he goes to the next team, they don't have to fulfill his contract. Stefon Diggs has guarantees. $69 million and some guarantees. So the girls are going, that literally is what they're supposed to do. But the fact that this man is having so many babies at one, in a year is insane. But that's how it is. Men can have, every time they ejaculate, it's a potential for somebody to have a baby. Women, not so much. That's why the responsibility should be on the man. If you don't want to have kids, you don't want to take care of kids, get a vasectomy. Period. So it says, the saga continues with Christian Wood and Yasmin Lopez, but this time Wood says a serious incident left him thinking he was going to die. According to Us Magazine, former Lakers star Christian Wood has been granted temporary sole custody of his 2-year-old son, Kobe Sean Wood. Now, doesn't make sense for a court to grant him custody when he feels his life is at risk. If this man thinks this woman put a hit out on him, why would you give him custody? Fucking doesn't make sense. If somebody's trying to kill this man, why are you going to put the kid in his care? I need somebody to help me understand that because that don't make no fucking sense to me. It says he's given temporary sole custody of 2-year-old son Kobe Sean Wood and a temporary restraining order against his ex-girlfriend Yasmin Lopez. He accused her of being involved in what he believes was a hit on his life disguised as a break-in attempt. Wood, who's 30 years old, filed a restraining order on November 19th. In the filing, Wood says he was alone at home. He heard noises and saw 3 men trying to break into his house. Out of fear, he grabbed a gun he keeps in his home and fired a shot into the floor in an attempt to scare the men away. They left without stealing anything, and Wood reported the incident to the police. He says no other break-ins had been reported in that area. In his court filing, Wood shared his belief that the break-in was a setup, especially since it happened in broad daylight. What caused more suspicion was Lopez's alleged actions leading up to the crime. He claimed she had been uncooperative about allowing him visitation with their son, even picking Kobe up from school on November 4th, just a day before the attempted break-in, despite telling Wood he can pick him up. Additionally, Wood pointed out an odd social media post from Lopez which included a King Von song with gun emojis hours before the incident. He believes the timing of the post, her behavior, and prior threats signaled her involvement. In response, Lopez, 26, denied any involvement in the break in and insisted she had no knowledge of the incident until the day it happened. Lopez claimed that her actions in limiting visitations were due to concerns for their son's safety, not to keep him from his father. She also claimed that Wood had an illegal ghost gun in his possession, which she was unaware of until the shooting. Lopez also accused Wood of assaulting her in her in her own December 12th filing. Says he kicked, slapped, and physically restrained her on May, October, and February of 2024. So let's read some of the comments. Choose better, fellas. And yes, the tables can be reversed. Abuse, stalking, violence are wrong no matter who commits it. Gender doesn't excuse the behavior. Accountability applies to everyone. This is a reminder that unhealthy behavior in any relationship is not worthy of your peace. This is what happens when y'all deal with someone off looks instead of characters. Yummy been a bug out. Maybe she meant Yasmin been a bug out. I'm sure all these men who get with her know that. Nice way to start the new year. He got custody. She still gets no payday, which is all she wanted. That's Rich Dollars, CEO of the Creep Squad. Why would a judge grant sole custody if a hit was put out on the person? If someone is trying to kill him, I'm not going to put a child in his custody. Rich Dollar said, nice way to start the new year. He got custody. She still gets no payday, which is all she wanted. And you need to be a spicy black woman, girl. She says, they be wanting them spicy Latinas. Your ass needs to be spicy too. The fuck? Hell on wheels. Hell on wheels. Glad he got his son. Oh. Why would a judge grant sole custody if a hit was put out on him? Question mark. If someone is trying to kill him, I'm not going to put a child in his custody. Hold on, let me delete this because it typed out soul, SOUL. I would question the judge. Why, if this man thinks his life is at risk, why would you put a child in his custody? I don't get it. Y'all let me know what you think. Clarissa Shields shows off her New Year's Eve outfit and kiss with Papoose. Papoose, that's my Papoose. That's my man, Papoose. Girl, Clarissa Shields acts like a 13-year-old who has her first boyfriend. Never mind, 2 years ago, she was engaged and buying property with another man, saying he was the love of her life. I don't know about Clarissa Shields. It seems off to me. Kevin Gates gives dating advice to men. You don't tell her that you're interested. You zell her that you're interested. Hold on. Shut up, girl. Shut up. That's where I am with it. I gotta use the bathroom. Y'all, I'm about to go. I don't even know what we talked about. Oh, the moon, busting the windows out their car, and this man with this girl. This man with this girl and him giving custody. I don't understand that. Let me do. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. I spilled some of my coffee. It's a mess. Right when I was trying to jump off this bed. That's why I need to stop putting my coffee down there. I have a little step stool, and I put my coffee down there. And so when I turn around and put my foot down, it kicked the cup over. But anyways, so what was we talking about, girl? These niggas, bitches, shit, and they ain't saying nothing. Motherfuckers couldn't tell me. The irony that Lizzo sang that song on sang that hook on Cardi B's album. That song really didn't like hit the way that it did like within social media, but Nicki Minaj's that little mashup with Nicki Minaj is the one that's like really popular. That's really funny to me. What the fuck does this weirdo have to say?
Hold on. Baby, hold on, here, Queen. I got you, sir. I got you some in and out. Yeah, you lucky now. You think you about to be with my if my queen cheat on me is my fault. I keep her with look at how happy she is. In and out. Clocking.
This nigga said clock it.
Yeah, I got her some in and out. Yeah, a lot of you men ain't on that level. Y'all talking about y'all going. There you go, Queen. I got you a bunch of unhealthy shit. Thank you, my friend. Niggas trying to reverse counts. I'm trying to immerse counts. And not of your more. Yeah. This is Kevin, the awakening.
Kevin Gates is crazy. When I tell you Kevin Gates is a motherfucking fool, I don't even see how anybody can take him fucking serious. He's crazy. That nigga is crazy. This has always been, I don't know why y'all are acting like when people were doing spoken word, this is the way that you clap, right? Because you were snapping, you snap with your middle finger, right? And you were snapping because you didn't want to clap because clapping is too loud. So everybody's doing this, clapping, snapping. You can even go watch Love Jones in the spoken word section, and the people are doing like this. It's always, to me, that's always been clapping. Now I don't know this with the index finger. The girls are saying that means clocking something. We're clocking you, girl, and this is applause. Y'all tell me what your understanding was of it. That's always been my understanding. That's back from the spoken word days. You be in spoken word after the person is done with their poem. This is how you clap so that you keep the vibe. You don't break the energy like this. You do a little light clap, but it's snapping. And most people snap with their middle fingers. This is hurting my finger. This little thing. Every time I snap, my finger pops down on this little rose. There's a little rose here. It's a little rose. We'll see how long these ones last. These are very, very sturdy. I like these. I like the middle fingers because they have like that gold on them. That's a little white angel in the middle. But it's cute. The only ones that I don't like are these ones. And these had like angels on them, like 3D angels. I took them off. I do like the gold outline. This is really a fun look. It looks like a shield almost. It looks like a shield. Yeah, this one I'm trying to take off because I feel like I put it on a little cricket, but it looks fine. But then when I look at it, it's like it's off a little bit and it's gonna bother me. So I was trying to take that off. Anyway, Zeldrika her money today. Start the new year off right. Right.
Y'all look at my beautiful y'all. Look at her.
Police investigating reports up.
Girl, I don't know. I'm not reading that. The Combs twins argue over the spotlight during a cooking segment. Y'all niggas look alike. What you talking about? I want y'all to split off into your individual personalities. How long do twins do? Are any of y'all twins, and do you and your twin dress alike? And when did y'all stop dressing alike? Because they over 18 now. You don't have to dress alike anymore. Maybe they want to. I mean, it's a part of their like aesthetic, I guess, but it's giving like I don't have my own identity. Like Tia and Tamara. That would be crazy if they were still dressing alike. People would be like, girl, what the fuck? They're just sisters, y'all. Typical siblings. Okay, let's see. It's so funny because they look like a mixture of Puffy and Kim, but they really look a lot like Kim. But you could see like you could see his face in their face. It's almost like it's like Kim with an overlay of Puffy because them and Christian really look alike, but they really look like Kim. He don't look so much like Kim. They do. He looks more like his daddy. But these Jesse and Delilah, and I hope one day they come out and talk about their experience with their father. One day they'll talk when they don't depend on him for their survival. I know they've lived a long time with one of Kim's friends, from my understanding, where they go to school and stuff like that. But they're out of school. Did we see a graduation ceremony from them? Yeah, we did. They're arguing about us looking at the same exact person. That's what I was saying. Like, girl, y'all twins. It don't matter who the damn camera is on, girl. I wonder if they look at each other as a twin. Do you look at your twin and be like, "Oh, we look alike"? I'm always amazed with twins. I just think it is amazing. Like identical twins. I'm like, how the fuck? That shit is crazy to me. I love it though. I think it's so cool. Shout out to shout out to the twins and the triplets and the quadruplets and the quintuplets and the quin septuplets and the sextuplets and the octuplets. Shout out to all of y'all. I know there ain't no octuplets out there. Octomom. Remember Octomom? There's a thing about her, a documentary about her. Like, where are they now? I think is it on Peacock? I feel like I saved it because I was like, I want to go back and watch it. Like the kids are grown, right? Of course, but they're talking, right? And they're talking about their experience and with their life because she had several kids before that. Remember Octomom? Natalie Suleiman, I remember. I think her name is Natalie. But yeah, like identical twins is always like you look at them like, damn, y'all really look exactly alike. But then what's crazy is there's always something on them that distinguish one from the other, like a mole or something, right? So I used to get Tia and Tamara mixed up until I realized, okay, one of them has a mole and one of them doesn't. So they're not necessarily identical because they have something. It's something that throws it off, so you know who it is. Like, do you have like the same birthmarks? Like, that's so crazy. Shout out to the twins. Shout out to the twins. Shout out to the twins. Okay. Megan Thee Stallion becomes a Popeye franchise owner, opening her first location in South Beach. Oh, good for her. She's cute. Look at her outfit is cute. Like her hair is orange and then has like a blonde streak in it. Let me raise my thing up. Megan is so cute. Shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. She stays. I love it. That nigga sitting in the jail and she stays winning. I know it. I know it chaps his motherfucking hide. Oh, they said Brit Eady is getting a divorce. She announced his separation from her husband, Michael. I'm done hurting. I want to be happy in my next chapter. We are not creating a false narrative that I'm walking away because some false made up rumor. So remember Boss? Yeah, Boss. That's what he looked like. He looked like you know what they remind me of? Boris and Natalia from Rocky and Bullwinkle. Remember Natalia? And she was like tall and lanky and like had the long black hair. And then Boris, I think his name was Boris, and he had like a little thin mustache, and he was like the little criminal. That's what they remind me of. Boris and Natalia. I think that's what their names was. Let me see if my memory serves me. Let's see. Rocky and Bullwinkle characters. Okay. Boris, and what was her name? Yes, it's Boris. And where is she at? Who is Boris's girlfriend? Here's Boris, remember? Yeah, boss. Boris and Natalia. Yeah, Natasha. They were from Potsylvania, along with Natasha Fatal. Yes, where's Natasha? Hold on. Hold on. Here she go right here. Here's Natasha. Oh no, this is a scene. Here's Natasha. Hold on, let me go to the thing. Oh, Boris and Natasha Fatal. And here they go. This is Brit, Eady, and Michael. Yeah, boss. And she's over there like, tell him, Boris. Tell him, yeah, boss. Okay, let's read it. Okay, let's read the caption. It says, okay, let me go down. Okay, hold on. I'm getting confused. Neighborhood talk. There's the twins. There's thing. Okay, I just was on Michael and Brit Eady. Oh, here it is. Okay, the neighborhood talk. I'm posting this, and this is Brit Eady Brisket, right? She is posting on her page a picture of her and Michael. It says, I'm posting this on the last day of 365 to remove this facade. Remember we said they was in a lavender marriage? All right. Well, we don't know if that's what she's alluding to, but girl, we just gonna use the Blues Clues and put the stuff together to remove this facade of faking like this marriage is going to work. Everybody can't come into the next chapter. I'm done hurting. I want to be happy in the next chapter. Cheers to 2026 of putting my happiness first. Champagne cheers emojis, peace emoji. And for the record, she comes back and says, as much as I can't stand him, we are not going to create a false narrative that I'm walking away because some fake made up rumors. That's what she said. Oh, and then she posted, let's see. It says, it took me a while, but I finally realized what triggers my toxicity. It's disrespect. I can be chill, fun, easy to get along with. I can vibe with anybody. But the second I feel disrespected, everything in me shifts. My peace goes out the window. My patience disappears, and the soft version of me turns sharp real quick. I'm self-aware enough to know I'm a good woman. I'm kind, I'm genuine, I'm understanding, and I always try to lead with love. But that's exactly why disrespect hits so deep, because I know how much grace I give before I lose it. When I snap, it's never random, it's a reaction. What you put in is what you get out of me. Still, I'm learning not to let people pull me out of character, learning that not everyone deserves a response, learning that peace is better than proving a point. Because growth isn't about never being triggered. It's about recognizing what triggers you and protecting yourself before you get there. Know your triggers. I agree. Guard your peace. I agree. Stay away from people, places, and situations that force you to become someone you've worked too hard to outgrow. I agree. I agree with this whole thing. If you know your triggers, that's the best thing. So you know what you can and cannot deal with. Just like we was talking on the previous video about my triggers when it comes to Potomac. That energy of giving mediocre people opportunities, that is a trigger for me. The colorism, although they want to deny it, I'm not going to be gaslit. It triggers me. So I'm not going to watch that, right? I'll watch the clips, but I'm not going to go get into that show to the point where I'm sitting down here because it triggers me. I know my triggers, and so I choose not to watch something that's going to trigger me into this bad space or this angry space or whatever, a negative space, right? So that's good. I don't know what happened. Oh, and then she comes back and says, I'm gonna come out every storm like it was never raining. When the rain washes clean, you'll know. It says, oh, shout out to Rodney the Voice. He posted a gif of Kenya sipping tea. It says Give me the tea. Faith, Love, Life, and Style. She posted a picture of Nene looking at the camera, looking directly in the camera. Who is this? Oh, somebody tagged Rodney. He belongs to us toots. And then a rainbow emoji. He like men, baby. That's what Lando Romano says. Girl, we watched the show. You never loved that man. And quite frankly, he seems a little ... But I digress. With your lavender. Remember that lady?
You gone and be great with your lavender. Go back to where you came from.
So Brit Eady is getting a divorce. The people decided that they don't want to deal with the BS. It's giving lavender. Everybody said that from the beginning. That's what's crazy is like people are people. And I think so many people have had enough life experience to look at a situation, look at a couple and see something. It's not all the way. You're not giving us the whole story of this relationship. Everybody had a feeling that they were in a lavender relationship. And for her to use the word facade, to me, makes it seem like this wasn't real, right? That's a word that you use. It's like a facade, right? So it's not everything that you see is not really what you're looking at, girl. You might be looking at a man and woman together, but these two people are not, and he is, and she is, and they're okay with it. There's nothing wrong with a lavender marriage. I feel like more women and men and gay men should do that, especially knowing that, like, you could flip, if you want to participate in the system, flip it, work the system. If you get tax breaks and tax cuts for being married, marry your gay friend. And so y'all can get the tax cuts. Get married for the, you want to have somebody that you can trust. And you always say, who's going to make decisions if something happens? You want somebody that you can trust, right? He does his thing, you do your thing, but y'all are married. And when somebody says, are you married? Yes, I am. I'm already married. I'm not looking for a marriage. I'm already married and I'm happy with the man I'm married to. But why are you here at the bar dating? Because that's the dynamics of our relationship. I'm married and I can do what the I want to do. Because he don't need to know that it's lavender. Not that it's nothing, not that something's wrong with it, but that's none of your goddamn business. Don't worry about it. Me and my husband. Mary. Shout out to Jack A. Mary. Well, you have your husband, girl. You can say, I have my husband. They don't have to know. What's her name was over there in the lavender marriage? How many, Portia? What she said, she was willing to overlook some things and then wanted to play a joke about anal beads. Right. You was a beard. You was over there. You were basically Cordell's beard.
You basically admitting that you were Cordell's beard. You don't have him now? He put your ass out. Next time, don't get married for a check.
Never understand the convictions of a wife. Girl, shut the fuck up. Shut up, girl.
Shut up, girl. Shut up.
Shut up. Shut up, Portia, dumbass. I wonder if the girl she's with realized, like, she's not that smart. Like, when do you realize? You're like, oh, this girl is really giving nothing but face and ass. That's all she's giving is face and ass. Ain't nothing else there. So it's giving puddle, pushing puddle. Portia and her puddles. That's why I call her fans puddles, because y'all don't like Portia past her looks. Did I lie? All right, I'm gonna go now. So shout out to Brit Eady for making a choice. Oh, let's read some of the comments. I'm sure they're funny. Okay, let's read. We saw he's one of us toots. We saw that. This comment says, why do people come to social media and explain stuff to us? We don't care. but you are in the comments. Like, we can always say we don't care, but you're in the comments asking why a screenshot was taken of somebody who's I don't know why y'all love to make stupid people famous. She's was on the Housewives. That's how you know who she is, outside of being under Rick Ross while his titties drip sweat on her as he's fucking her for money. God damn. God damn, I said, God damn, girl. Ain't no way, bitch. That's the only way we know Brit Eady. From hiding under one of Rick Ross's titties to fucking being in a lavender relationship, or what appears to be lavender, honey, with your lavender. Shout out to her for getting a divorce. We congratulate people when they get divorced. We're going to celebrate beginnings. We're going to celebrate endings, right? All this is not anybody that follows me. Hold on, let me see first. Oh, let me see. Because y'all be saying stuff crazy. You a nurse. Why do people come to social media and explain stuff to us? I said they're not coming to social media to explain to you. They're posting to their own pages, and the gossip blog that you love to engage with every day takes a screenshot from their personal page and posts to the blog. So that's why you think people are coming to social media to tell you, when they're telling people who support them and follow them. They're not telling you because they don't care about you either. But you in the line at the grocery store where all the gossip magazines are, and we're all reading the gossip magazine. You're like, why are they telling us this? Bitch, put the magazine down and put it away and just wait till your damn groceries get on the conveyor belt and bag your goddamn groceries yourself. Shit. Girl made a whole little scenario. Girl. So shout out to Brit Eady. It says, FunnyMarco claps back at BSimone after she brought up his troubled past during an interview. When I tell you this was fucking hilarious, hold on.
This all took place inside this. I'm just saying, in your life, you're a successful Black man that beat all the odds. You came from Section 8. You came from pulling mattresses out of the hallway. You came from special classes, not being able to read.
Damn. Run me down there, huh? Take me through there. I thought we was done with the conversation. Trauma, like you went down, you stop and look me dead in my soul while I'm saying it. Like, you hear me, don't you? You pulling the mattress out. Like, you remember, like, you didn't have to say that one. You could have just said you overcame some things as hearing your stories. Like, you broke down every one of them.
I'm just saying, in your life, you're a successful Black man that beat all the odds. You came from Section 8. You came from pulling mattresses out of the hallway. You came from special classes, not being able to read.
Damn. Run me down there, huh? Take me through there. I thought we was done with the conversation. Trauma, like you went down, you stop and look me dead in my soul while I'm saying it. Like, you hear me, don't you? Like, you pulling the mattress out. Like, you remember, like, you didn't have to say that one. You could have just said you overcame some things as hearing your stories. Like, you broke down every one of them and looked me right in my eyes and waited for me to say something.
I wasn't done with my statement.
Yeah, I know it was some more fingers. I had to stop you. I was gonna say some shit I remember. And you're still here and you healthy. Yeah.
Thank you, God.
That's good. And you done being wet. You done had everything. You've been bald headed. You had long hair.
Jesus.
You've been chubby. You've been skinny.
My God.
What?
You're right.
What?
Keep going.
I was doing my list too.
I received that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But what I'm trying to say is, you've been beautiful through every stage.
Oh, Marco.
And that's the most important thing. Still single. I ain't got no man. And
I wish I could hit you.
Yeah. You done every version of yourself.
Every version.
You are the problem. Because these dudes are like big dudes, little girls, bald head women. Like, you done been every version. Rich, you didn't have money, lost it, got it back. Shopped at H&M, Gucci,
Bloomingdale's.
Yeah. You have done everything. So you are the problem.
Cut his mic off.
And looked me right in my eyes and waited for me to say something.
I wasn't done with my statement.
Yeah, I know it was some more fingers. I had to stop you. I was gonna say some shit I remember. And you're still here and you healthy. Yeah.
Thank you, God.
That's good. And you done been what? You done had everything. You've been bald headed. You had long hair.
Jesus.
You've been chubby. You've been skinny.
My God.
What?
You're right.
What?
Keep going.
I thought I was doing my list too.
I received that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, what I'm trying to say
He
is,
ain't finished.
you've been beautiful through every stage.
Oh, Marco.
And that's the most important thing. Still single. Ain't got no man. And
I
you
wish
done
I
done,
could hit you.
yeah,
That was where
you
he.
done done every version of yourself.
Every
So
version.
you are the problem. Because these dudes are like big dudes, little girls, bald head women. Like you done been every version. Rich, you done had money, lost it, got it back.
Getting her.
Shot at H&M, Gucci.
Bloomingdale.
Yeah, you have done everything. So
Hey,
you are the problem.
cut his mic off. I'm just saying, in your life,
Yeah,
you're a successful black man that beat all the odds. You came from Section 8. You came from.
She was trying to get him with the trauma story, trying to get a good story out of him. FunnyMarco said, "You've been every version of a woman, and you still single, girl." I love it. I said, "Get her, get her, FunnyMarco. You gonna try to start naming off shit? You done been on Section 8. You done pulled mattress out of the hallway. You was in special ed classes because you couldn't read." He was like, "God damn, bitch. You've been bald-headed, you've been skinny, you've been chubby, you done been every version of a woman, and you still single. You the problem, girl." I'm so glad he said that to her. And I'm so glad it came from a man, because the way that she has her persona, her social media persona is of a thirsty, mammy, mountain climbing, pick me who is looking for a man by any means necessary. To the point, after all of that foolishness went on with the baby, she's sitting in bed with him laughing, laughing and shit. Her whole social media persona is her trying to find a man. And it's been like that from the beginning. And to the point where she literally cries about not being able to find a man. And you just gonna take any man. Then you get into the church thing. Like, she can't really, I don't understand why these girls just don't be themselves. I feel like you can get further with being yourself than this playing a role. Are you really that hard up and thirsty for a man? Right? Like, you're not like that. Come on, you can't be. I'm so glad he said that to her the way he did it. Like, girl, I got my list too. You've been every version of a woman and you still single. You the problem. That's what he said. I'm so glad that he said that to her. And coming from a man, I know she internalized that and thought about it later. I know she did. Some of the comments. A reminder for interviewers not to pretend to be therapists in 2026. Don't start none, won't be none. Laughing emojis. Seriously happy he responded back to her with the same energy. She be doing too much. He wrapped her old pick me ass right the fuck up. Still single. You've been every version of a woman and you still single. I know that hit a nerve. She's laughing, but he's dead serious. Gathered her respectfully. He wanted to finish her, but he gave her some grace. He said, you done been every version of yourself and still ain't got a man. Because it's not herself. She is whittling herself, turning herself in a pretzel. She's trying to do everything under the lens of a man, and they're never happy. So you're never going to be happy because you're wrapped up your identity in a man or being able to get a man. And because they are so fickle and they change their minds and their feelings are fleeting, you're going to have to keep changing yourself. Keep changing yourself, doing everything, going to church, getting therapy, whatever the fuck y'all need to do. You just change and change and change and change and change. Is being yourself too much? You don't think the niggas will like you if you're yourself? So you got to be what they want you to be? I told a girl the other day, stop being on this motherfucking internet telling men what kind of man you want. Because guess what he's going to do? He's going to morph into that man, girl. And he's going to come and suck you dry because you're going to think you found the man that you had idealized in your mind. And when I tell you these motherfucking demons will shape shift into the man that you have always desired, and once they get you hook, line, and sinker, they shape shift back into the fucking demon they are. And now you looking crazy. Stop telling these niggas what you want in a man. They will morph into that for you. Literally. And then your eyes will be wound up and then you'll be looking crazy. And then you're like, well, what did I do? Now you think you did something wrong. What did I do? I done gone to church. I done went to therapy. I done plagiarized journals. I done did everything. I still can't get a man because you're not being yourself. Even if you were yourself, you're still looking at yourself through the lens of men. So you're never going to be happy with yourself, because they always got something to say. Either your titties are too small, they too big. You dress like a boy. I saw a boy in the boys' bathroom. Queer boy in the boys' bathroom, had a bunch of jewels on his face and stuff like that, bleach blonde hair. Some other young man stops him in the bathroom saying, "Why are you in this bathroom? Why don't you go to the girls' bathroom?" He said, "Because I'm a boy. You always talk about the transgender people going," and he's like, "I'm not even transgender, but you always talking about transgender people need to go in the correct bathroom. I'm in the correct bathroom, and now you still questioning me? Get the fuck out my face. Because you're dressed like a girl. You got your belly button out and stuff like that. Girl, get the fuck out of here." There's another clip that I saw of a girl, a mixed girl. She was in the bathroom, very masculine. She recorded 2 times that I've seen on her page, people asking her, was she a man in the bathroom? She had a whole pussy. Is she a man? I did find, let me shut up. She has a clip of her like looking at herself in the thing, and then a woman walking by her and was like, "Are you a boy?" And she's like, "No, I'm a girl." And then she comes out of this some building, and this man is sitting out in the car, and he's like, you shouldn't have been in the girls' bathroom. She was like, "I'm a whole woman. What are you talking about?" She's just really masculine presenting, but she's like, "I'm a whole woman. What are you talking about? It's all God said. It's only male and female." She's like, "Okay, I'm a female. So what the problem is, man?" And then he gets in his little fucking car and drives away. She was like, "I'm a whole woman. What are you talking about?" You see how that shit can affect people, right? That boy went in the boy's bathroom. He's femme, got his belly out, got his midriff out, got his cakes out, got jewels all like those, those jewel tears that look so cute. Jewel tears coming down his eyes. His makeup, he got his bleach blonde hair. And the boy in the bathroom was like, "You need to get out of here. You are not he was like, "But I'm a boy." He was like, "But you're dressed like a girl. Go to the girls' bathroom." He said, "I can't go to the girls' bathroom. I'm a boy." What are you talking about? And that's how that shit looks. It's crazy. When you think about it, it's like, it's really odd. And then at home, you have gender neutral bathrooms. And I'm not going to even get into it, but you ain't got a man. You done been to every version of yourself, BSimone. And I'm glad FunnyMarco gathered you up real quick. Glad he humbled her, because she really thought. This reminded me of Cat Williams versus Wanda Smith, but in a nicer way. BSimone and Cam Newton, the same person. I see, yuck. He said, "You bring up my failures and struggles. Let's discuss yours." She deserved that. She always be trying to be funny. He nicely finished her, ate her the fuck up. I can't stand her energy. He gathered her so nice, nasty. You are the problem. She attempted to embarrass him, but you can't shame someone who lives in their truth. Her behavior is really a coping mechanism, because in the end, she was the one who was exposed and humbled, and God will continue to humble her until her heart posture changes. Get her. I would have said the same thing about her not showering daily, but that's me. Been rejected 1,000,000 times by baby, canceled, caught shopping at Target. The list goes on. She deserved that. I better not see no sassy comments. She's laughing through her pain. Yeah, he got her real good. All right, I'll end on that note. Y'all take care of each other. We're coming back for another video. Peace.
You will never know the condition of a wife. Girl. Ever. Right. Ever. Check.